Argentina elected a new president. We don't normally talk about global politics on this show because it's not relevant to us, and we're the greatest country in the world, so we don't really give a shit what anybody else does, but this is kind of cool. So they elected their new president, Javier Milei. Now, miraculously, I know it's going to come as a surprise to all you guys, Argentina managed to count all of their votes in one night, which is something that we can't accomplish here. Well, up until 2020, we could, but you see, as technology advances, that actually makes it take longer to count the votes. It's new. We're actually unable to count votes in a night now, but every other country in the world can do it. Argentina did it, and they elected this man, Javier Milei, as their president. Go ahead and check this first video out here. That man you just saw, is the chainsaw-wielding man you just saw, is Javier Milei. He is the first ever libertarian to be elected president of any country in the world ever. I got just some fun facts about him down here. He is politically, he considers himself to be an anarcho-capitalist, which means the ultimate end goal is no government on a capitalistic system. There's some flaws and holes in that, but that's fine. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good here, because it gets better. He is a Mick Jagger impersonator that sings in a Rolling Stones cover band down in Argentina. He has referred to, I'm serious, I'm not even being sarcastic. Not like when I talk about Cenk. I want this guy, I want to change the natural citizen rule, not just for Cenk, but for this guy so he can come over here and be president. I'm dead serious. He's referred to Pope Francis as a filthy leftist. He's called climate change a lie of socialism. When asked about bipartisanship and how he would handle that, he said, and I quote, "You can't give shit leftists an inch." When asked about how he plans to deal with China, he said, "I don't cut deals with commies." When asked how he feels about other politicians within Argentina, he said, and I quote, "Mickey Mouse is the aspiration of every Argentinian politician because just like them, he is a disgusting rodent that everybody loves." As soon as he took office, he immediately abolished the Ministry of Women, Gender, and Equality. It's going to close in 21 days. We've got some more videos of this guy here. Check this one out of an interview he did, and I will narrate it because it's in Spanish. So.
Al zurdo de mierda no le podés dar ni un milímetro.
¿Me podés definir zurdo de mierda? Que no...
Todos los que, digamos, los colectivistas, los que ponen, digamos, o sea, esa idea... A ver,
¿por qué le pones de mierda, digamos?
Porque son una mierda. O sea,
vos mezclás...
No,
pero
es que si pensás... Pero si pensás distinto te van a aniquilar. Ese es el punto. Es decir, vos al zurdo no le podés dar un milímetro, porque le das un milímetro y lo toma para destrozarte. Es decir, vos no podés negociar con el zurdo. No se negocia. No se negocia con esa mierda, no se negocia porque te van a llevar puesto. Si tienen un golpeador que caga trompadas a la mujer, digamos, si es de ellos, ¿me entendés? Se pone el pañuelito verde y grita todo el tiempo contra el neoliberalismo, lo ocultan. ¿Me entendés? O sea, si de repente hay alguien que acosó a una periodista que acosa a otra periodista, lo ocultan. Es decir, a todos los de ellos lo ocultan. Todas esas aberraciones la ocultan. Ahora, si vos estás del otro lado, a vos te van a estropear, te van a matar, te van a dar con lo que sea. No les importa arruinarte la vida. ¿Por qué? Porque no pensás como ellos. Y ¿sabés qué es lo bueno de todo esto? Hay algo bueno en todo esto. Porque como el error es humano, como todos nos podemos equivocar, ¿sabes qué nos obligan? Nos obligan a ser mejores. Y como estamos siendo tan mejores que ellos, como los estamos aplastando en la batalla cultural, los estamos pasando de arriba, porque no solo le ganamos en lo productivo, somos superiores moralmente, somos superiores estéticamente, somos mejores en todo. Y les duele, les duele. Entonces, como no pueden pelear con las herramientas legítimas, se apalancan en el aparato represivo del Estado, poniendo torres de guita para hacernos mierda. Y aún así no pueden, tuvieron que bajar la nota, ¿Me entendés? Que están perdiendo, están desesperados, están perdiendo la batalla cultural, los zurdos de mierda, por primera vez se ven acorralados, los zurdos de mierda.
So I was going to try to translate that for you, but his voice is just so beautiful that I had to let it go. So I did type out some of the highlights there. He referred to them over and over again as shit leftards, which I love. We do that. We're all about that word on this show, at least the last half of the leftard. He said, and this part's true. He said, these people will literally, their end goal is to kill you. And it really is, because I guarantee you, if you ask the average American, I'm not talking your moderate Democrat friends, I'm talking the average American on the hard left, or anyone in the world on the hard left, if you gave them unlimited control, they would absolutely put people like you and me that think for ourselves and are right of center in gulags. They would absolutely do that. They would absolutely, in a heartbeat, kill everyone that doesn't think like them. It's just a fact. It's just a fact with these people on the hard left. They don't think we deserve rights. Excuse me. I had Chinese food. It's like fucking with my stomach, so I apologize. He also said you don't negotiate with trash. He pointed out that if someone on the left beats their wife or molests a journalist, they'll cover it up. But if you do it on the other side, they will use the full extent of the state and the media and everything at their disposal to completely ruin you. Now, here's my concern with this guy. He's not from the establishment. This guy doesn't come from a long family of family history of being involved in politics. He doesn't come from a whole bunch of money. This guy comes from the outside. So my concern, whenever you have someone that comes from the outside and is this boisterous against the establishment, against the regime, and talks the way he does, and points out the truths he does that a lot of people are scared to acknowledge, what usually happens to them? They take a limo ride in Dallas, to answer your question. Now, you combine that with the fact this guy's in a South American country that's even more corrupt than we are here. I'm truly concerned about him and his well-being. I really hope, I hope he's got that chainsaw on him everywhere he goes. So, Javier Milei, some more fun facts. He was elected with 55% of the vote. So Argentina switched over to democracy in 1983. That is the highest percentage anyone has ever gotten for the presidency since they switched to democracy. 55% of the vote. Landslide he won in by comparison. What does that mean? Well, this is a country that's been crippled with socialist and far left policies for decades now. Even after they switched from full-on communist or full-on dictatorship, they've still been crippled by socialist, communist, Marxist, hard left policies. And what does this tell you? People are finally sick of it. Did they overcorrect? I guess we'll find out. They elected as far as you could get. This ain't Donald Trump, man. This is Donald Trump on steroids. I want to make that clear. This guy's views, way more extreme than Donald Trump. Way more. They went they did as much of a 180 as they possibly could have from the trajectory they were on. So that means people are finally getting sick of it, and it's not just Javier Milei. You see Giorgia Meloni in Italy, Wilders up in the Netherlands that just won his election, Pierre Poilievre in Canada, the guy that was eating the apple, that was just shitting on that guy that was comparing him to Trump. Remember that video? He's like, who says these things? Well, who are people? Why don't you tell me? Just obliterated that journalist. He could possibly win in Canada. There's a legit chance he becomes the next PM in Canada. Worldwide, we are seeing countries in the West move further and further to the right because they're tired of two things. Socialist policies that have ruined the economy. Argentina has 45 million people in poverty. Their inflation's at 140%. Much worse than ours is here, which is saying something. They're tired of these socialist and Marxist policies economically, and they're tired of them socially, too. They're tired of the transgender crap that they're seeing over in Europe, like we talked about in the midweek check-in. They're pivoting away from that over there. They're tired of just open borders. Anyone can come live here. Come on in. We'll let everybody in. Doesn't matter. We're not going to vet you. Yeah, you rape somebody, we'll arrest them if they come to the police and report you. Or tell them to piss off and stop being a racist, and then we'll dox them and ruin their life. That's actually happening in some countries in Europe and Australia. People are tired of it. People are waking up, and this is a wake-up call for the American left, because these political trends tend to move a little bit slower in the United States. That seems to be how it goes. So stuff starts in Europe and then makes its way over here a little bit slower. So the American left, the Democratic Party, better start waking up and better start getting a lot more reasonable, or this trend's going to pick up here, and you're going to lose. God, you are going to be wishing Donald Trump was the president in 10 years, because they're going to elect someone who's a lot further to the right than him. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.